Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Uh, Today we are going to be doing some crappie fishing today, and what I'm going to teach y'all is if y'all have a river system where you guys live at, don't be afraid to fish it for crappie. You got any kind of point jetties that's got rocks or anything like that, when the sun hits these rocks and starts warming that water up in that area right there, these crappie will come up and hold and get stationary around these boulders. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fishing a river system here where I'm at the river. We're going to be using a double rig system, double 16th top and bottom. I normally don't use that setup, but when they have this much water current flowing, you want to have, heavy enough jig heads in order to be able to get the bait down to the bottom. So if y'all don't mind, please hit the like button, subscribe, and the thumb button so y'all will be notified whenever I go live. So we'll go over the setup here in just a second. We'll put y'all on my chest and let's get started and see if we can bring some fish to y'all. Y'all have a good one. Let's get it going. All right, guys. Put y'all on my chest piece. And again, as in all of my videos, everything is live. Nothing will be edited. Y'all will be able to see adjustments. I will explain adjustments, go over adjustments and everything like that. So nothing will be edited. I don't know if y'all can see, but I am on the river. I'm actually just standing on some rocks. It's a point. And as you guys can see, there's water being generated going down the river. And what you want to focus on when fishing the river for crappie is eddies and breaks. So do not cast in the current. You want to stay inside of the break as much as possible. Find the eddy point, find where it breaks off at, and that's where you want to make your cast. If you cast in the current, your jigs will just float down the river. You want to be able to find that happy medium spot in that eddy point where your baits will go down. Again, like I said earlier, we'll be using a double rig system. I will link the descriptions in the bottom. These are throwed off lures that I will be throwing today. Shout out to my sponsor, Kevin Smith. I will be linking the baits and everything down in the description. I'll be using my 8-foot ACC crappie stick, loaded with 4-pound test SOS line, and I got it attached to a PC Fun 1000 series. And what we're going to be doing is casting out and watching my line till it almost goes slack to where it almost hit the bottom, and we'll be finessing it back in as slow as possible. So we'll let that go down and we'll just line watch. And when that line almost goes slack, we'll start our retrieve in. I got 2 already off camera. I didn't have everything ready yet, but let's see if we can get another one. There's a bite. There's a fish. Just like that, guys. Fish on. Fish on. Nice crappie. Nice crappie right here. Nice crappie, guys. Nice fish. Just that simple. If you got any type of river system at your place, fish it. I know when most people hear river, they think catfish and catfish only. But that's not all that's on the river. Good fish. All right, there's another one for the bucket. Let's see if we can get out there and get us another one. Again, like I said before, every cast that I make, I look and I'll scan to see where the eddy point is out there, and I'll make my cast to that. I just don't cast out just to be casting out. Like I said, you want every cast to every presentation to be as close as the same as you can when fishing these river systems. So when the water generating starts changing, starts going the other direction, or any type of adjustments, you have to adjust with the current in order to be able to keep track with the fish. So line just went almost slack. We'll start our retrieve right now. Just as slow as we can on our way back. Easy coming through. No bite that time. So I see the water's done shifted a little bit more to my right. The brakes done changed, so we'll cast a little more to the right. And we'll line watch it till it almost goes slack. All right, we're almost slack. Let's start our retrieve. I probably should have made a little farther cast back on that one. The water's breaking back a little bit farther. I probably should have went a little bit farther back. But these are just things you have to pay attention to when fishing the river system. Like I said a while ago, you got to pay attention to the water and how it's eddying, because it will change a lot when they are generating water. So we just made a little further cast back. I know you probably can't see my line due to the water clarity. It's a little stainish, not much. Didn't get anything there. We're just gonna keep moving a little farther to the right, to the right. It looks like they've turned up the generators up here, so the water's coming down the side of these rocks a little bit faster than they were earlier. But I mean, this just shows that, not every cast is going to be a fish, that you have to make adjustments. And that's what I want to be able to explain to everybody that watches my channel, that, you have to make adjustments. Not every cast is going to be a bite, not every cast is going to be a fish. But there are things that you have to do to make adjustments. And just kind of explaining a few things that you have to do the adjustments. And it's about the rain. There was no rain in the forecast today, but there is some drizzle coming on the water, but we're still going to try to get a video in if possible. All right, we're going to go a little bit toward the short side of this break. Instead of casting far out, we're going to go back short again and just going to work all around this break until we can find us a bite in there. You just have to keep hunting. In my opinion, that's the fun part about fishing, is the hunt. Every cast is a bite, in my opinion. That's the way I think. That's the way I fish. And when you get that tick, there's nothing like it sometimes. Well, you get excited about it. And you got to adjust to them working the water too up there. You got to adjust to it. And also fishing jetty points like this that's rocky, better have a lot of tackle. Because there are chances that you will hang up and will hang up a lot. It's just part of fishing, especially crappie. We're really gonna have to dial in over here. They have crunked that water up. Once they get this water right, you'll be able to have a better shot at catching them. I know y'all can't physically see how this water is breaking and doing all this different types of stuff right here, but they have crunked this water up. So finding that happy medium spot is challenging right now. There's a bite. There's a fish. There he is. See, there you go. Just take some time to find that eddy spot. It takes time. But once you find it, once you find it, once you find it, guys, there are the results. And boy, he choked it. He choked it. That's why I said it takes time. If you've never fished a river system before, it takes time. But just work the break. Don't throw inside the break. Always, I mean outside the break or in the current. Always stay inside the break, inside those eddies, and just work them. There's another one. It takes time if you've never fished one before. Give it some time. Hang up, because it's going to happen. If you've never done it, just give it time. It's going to happen. You just got to get out there and just fish it. You got to learn the breaks, learn the eddies, watch your line when you cast out. If it starts tailing, then it lets you know that you're inside of you're too far in the break, which is fine. Next cast, just make an adjustment to that. That's all you have to do, is just keep making adjustments until you find that spot where your line, when it hits and you start retrieving, that your line come almost straight back to you. That's when you know you're in the right spot of that eddy, when you can start retrieving your line back and it's coming right back to you or close to it. But if it's tailing, pulling this left or right, then your next cast out, you need to adjust your next cast. They're adjusting the water again. It's starting to speed back up. I'm gonna try to get y'all one more fish on here, and I'm probably gonna move around and check some other eddies. I'm actually closer to the dam, and they've got this water pretty cranked up, but there are some other ones on down the river, and I might end up going and checking some of the other ones. down that way. The ones that are down the river probably have a little less slack water in there than this one here. So we'll see if I can get y'all one more from up here, and I'm probably move on down and check some other spots down and see if there's some better slack water, because they got this one cranked up here. The fish are here, but they just got the water generating too fast up here to be able to help hold your bait down in here. And like I said, there's some other jetty points down that way where the water be a lot more slack off in there. We'll probably have a better chance of catching some. There's the fish right there. He just bit right up front. There's not no crappie, but you know, it's a fish. He bit like a crappie, but it's not a crappie. Calm down, buddy. It's a little white. Just a little white bass. It's not the one I want to bring y'all, but hey, they gotta eat too, right? But again, this was just mainly just about showing you guys about fishing the river system and things you can do to catch them on the river, because they're there. If you can just find you an eddy point in slack water, you'll find you some crappie once you figure out, you know, where to cast and how to present your bait and things like that, and how to lose some tackle, because you're gonna lose some tackle. But once you get that figured out, you'll find some crappie. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to move down probably, because I don't know if y'all can actually see this water. They are changing this water. It's like every 3 to 5 minutes it's changing. It is going left, it's going right, it's doing some tornado swirls and everything. And it's hard to keep track of that eddy water, boy, when it's changing every few minutes. And like I said, it's just because we're up closer to the actual dam, so go down and check these other points that's got a little bit less slack water in there. We should be able to find some more off in there. They'll be right here too, but I'm just tired of a little bit too much generation up toward this way. But I want to try this spot first, and then try the next one. It's one of my favorite jetties to fish right here. That's why I came to this one first. But I kind of knew what the situation might be with the generation up here. But nobody was down here, so I want to come give it a shot. And that is not a crappie I just snagged into. Oh my Lord. What is that? That's probably a gar. Oh, y'all about to see something fun. Oh, this is a good way to end the video. Oh my lord. Oh, he came off. That was probably a gar. He was dragging me all the way out there. And I think he broke my bottom jig off. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. I still got it. He had drugged me a ways out, but I got everything back. Those things happen too. All right, we got a better break over here. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. We got a better break down here. They done slowed the water down. Let's try this for a few seconds. And let's see. See if there's one sitting back over in here now. I'm telling you, if this water would just stay consistent, you could mount up some fish on a river system, and some big ones. Big crappie would be in the river on these points. All right, all right, guys, we're gonna make one more cast, and then we're gonna move around to another jetty point and try that one. Like I say, I just believe it's just a little bit too much back and forth on the water changing. We gotta find a consistent eddy. It's not very consistent up here. So we're gonna move down and check some other jetties down there and see what's on those. We're gonna find one of these jetties that's gonna be holding some big crappie on there. That was a bite. Oh, I missed him. Hold on, let's go back out one more time now. If you're a fisherman, everybody knows that one more cast may lead up to another 30 minutes. And if you catch a fish, that's another hour when you're gonna switch spots. Everybody knows that if you're a fisherman. That was the slightest little tick right there on that one. There's another little tick. Didn't feel like no crappie though. It felt like another white. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go down and check another point. I'm gonna take y'all off my chest. All right, guys, we're gonna go down and we're gonna check another point down here and see if there's any fish on there. like I said, I want to be able to bring y'all some uncut and unedited footage. That way y'all can see all adjustments and things that that could help y'all be able to catch more fish. Like I said, try your river systems if you have one. There's big crappie on there, and you'll catch them once you get them all figured out. Once you get the current, the eddies, and everything. Like I said before, you'll be able to find them, and you'll once you find them, you're gonna you're gonna like the results from it. So if y'all could please like the channel and subscribe if you're new, and I'd greatly appreciate that. And we're gonna continue to be able to bring y'all some good footage. Unfortunately, the current is just entirely too strong up here, and it's changing just entirely too much. But we will find some crappie for y'all to be able to watch, and maybe I can bring y'all some information and things and tips that'll help y'all be able to put fish in the bucket. So with that being said, as always, I'll leave y'all with my greatest tip. If you, ooh, excuse me, thought I seen something crawling on my head. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. If you take a man some fish, you can feed him for a day. But if you teach a man